Thanks, Deputy Speaker. Deputy Speaker, just yesterday, before the commencement of the parliamentary year here in 2025, many members from right across Parliament came together at St Christopher's Cathedral to, in what I see as almost a traditional display of unity and togetherness. A reminder that often there are many things that actually bring us together, and often less than keep us apart. That ecumenical prayer service, which has been going for more than 50 years now, is something which is a reminder for each and every one of us that the words that we say in this Parliament matter, and it's critical that we should be working for the common good, and really that's the frame for this legislation. And Deputy Speaker, it comes also a week after I was at the Jewish Memorial Centre in Forest, which is only really a stone's throw from St Christopher's Cathedral, to announce the investment by the Albanese government of $4 million in terms of a Holocaust education resource to ensure that for generations to come know the story and continue to know the story about the absolute horror of the Holocaust. We can't neglect the importance of education in this space. But getting to this legislation, this bill, of course, creates a new criminal offences and strengthens existing offences against hate speech. That's the key heart of this. And the amendments in this proposed legislation protect groups distinguished by their race, religion, nationality, national or ethnic origin, political opinion, sex, sexual orientation, gender identity, disability, and members of those groups. And this bill would, Deputy Speaker, strengthen existing offences relating to urging violence against a group or a member of a group, so they apply where a person urges others to use violence against a group or member of a group and is reckless as to whether the violence urged will occur. This bill will also create a new criminal offence, threatening force or violence against a group or members of a group, to cover conduct involving a direct threat from one person to another. And it amends the existing offences of publicly displaying prohibited hate symbols to specifically cover targeted groups distinguished by those factors that I outlined, but in particular to the existing attributes of race, colour, sex, language, religion, political or other opinion, or national or social origin. And Deputy Speaker, this bill sends a clear and unambiguous message that urging or threatening violence and advocating acts of hatred is not acceptable in our country. It is criminal behaviour and will be treated as such. Deputy Speaker, this should be a unity ticket for this Parliament. This is something that should bring together people from across the aisles, across all different political groupings in the Parliament. And it's important. The Australian people are looking to us to show that sense of unity, to show that sense of togetherness that, as I outlined, was pretty clearly present at that prayer service before we commenced Parliament this year. Often the challenge with such services is to ensure the messages that we hear there actually even get past question time on the first day. But as I said, Deputy Speaker, this bill does send a clear and unambiguous message that urging or threatening violence and advocating acts of hatred is not acceptable in our country. It is criminal behaviour. It will be treated as such. And there is clear concern from key parts of our community about, quite understandably, about the fear of such actions occurring right across our community. Now, these criminal offences that are outlined in this bill will support law enforcement's ability to disrupt, investigate and protect against the activities of those who foster hatred and incite violence, discrimination and other serious damage. The offences in this bill complement existing Commonwealth, state and territory civil and criminal protections against hate speech. And Deputy Speaker, the offences in this bill have been carefully crafted to target the most serious forms of harmful hate speech, namely the urging and threatening of force or violence. Now, Deputy Speaker, the robust expression of diverse opinions is an important feature of our democracy, and the measures in this bill respect the need for vibrant public debate. The offences are not intended to criminalise mere expressions of belief or opinion. But, Deputy Speaker, what we've seen in Sydney in particular are not expressions of robust, diverse opinions. They have been expressions of hatred, and they have been designed to incite racial hatred. It's important where we can that we do send that message that we are working together, that this is a shared mission of this parliament. Wherever there's a sense that there is division or dissent on these matters, it's actually fodder for those who are actually trying to foment this hatred across our communities. And it certainly doesn't reflect the concerns that have been raised by local communities in my electorate in Bean and across the Canberra community. But it's important that this parliament does pass legislation like this before we depart this fortnight. It's critical that this federal parliament is seen to act and actually get through key changes, because this is the sort of leadership that our communities are looking for. They see it as our responsibilities, whether you're coming from the regions, whether you're coming from the cities, whatever state or territory you might come from, that these are issues that should be bringing us together. We have a responsibility to act together, and I support the resolution.